Why does YouTube hate its creators? It's a genuine question because I swear almost every change they make is something that directly harms the people who make their platform a place to be in the first place. If you're unaware, I'll try not to waste your time. Recently, YouTube has been announcing some rather controversial and frankly harmful policy and monetization changes for its platform and creators, all in the guise of trying to make AI content less prevalent/viable. But if you have half a fucking brain, the only realistic result of making the requirements to get monetized on YouTube require double the work means that authentic human creators have to work harder to get monetized, whereas AI slop channels just are practically unaffected because they already put out ungodly amounts of shit content that will brute force the normal requirement anyways. Fuck you, you just want to avoid paying more people, you can just say it. And that's only with the monetization, which I will circle back to that later. The post that made me make this video was YouTube announcing they will be changing how views are counted on their platform to better align with YouTube Shorts. To be rather brief, the old way YouTube counted views is basically anytime someone clicks on your video and watches at least 30-ish seconds of the video, it counted as a view. Where now, anytime even a frame of your video is played for a person, it counts them as a viewer. Yes, logically this includes you scrolling through the home page and the autoplay turning on the preview. So YouTube views are going to be boosted to artificial fuck levels. And you may ask me, bro, why is this even an issue? It doesn't change much, does it? I'm gonna hit you with the question, if it doesn't change anything, why are they changing it? I'm sorry, I don't buy it that they're just doing it for consistency with YouTube Shorts, because Shorts and long form have completely different audiences. You don't need consistency in that because there is none. So you wanna hear my simple answer? It's to artificially boost views to make advertising on YouTube more attractive to companies. As simple as that. If you're an utter lobotomized retard company looking to buy someone to advertise your product, are you going to choose the guy who gets 300,000 views or 30,000? If you know one thing about sponsorships on YouTube, you know a good chunk of them don't even bother to watch a minute of your videos and will just try to sponsor you because you have big numbers. Also, a good chunk of YouTubers will shill products that don't make any fucking sense for their channels. Tangent aside on how retarded sponsors typically are, in the eyes of companies like that, they probably don't even know that 300,000 guys' videos is artificially boosted by even counting junk engagement, so they'll probably choose that. This is like YouTube counting subscribers as people who watched your video instead of people that were interested enough to willingly choose to subscribe. It makes no fucking sense. And if they do that next, wow, a lot of people are gonna be getting a silver play button. It's essentially the same difference, removing one action to inflate one statistic higher and higher. But you may ask me, how is counting unnecessary things as views going to be an issue? All it means is bigger number, nothing else. Well, let's take some guesses. For the average user of YouTube, the platform has lost so many useful features for ruling out bad content that just one of the last guesses gambles that people had is the high view counts. Videos on channels with high views are more likely to be good. Just logical. Well, now you have to guess even harder that even if 99% of people clicked on the video, or it's just YouTube counting useless metrics. For a creator, this fucks you over even more, I'd say. Aside from how your views will probably start looking like YouTube Shorts where it spikes and then dies immediately. You know, YouTube Shorts, this is what it looks like. You get like 1,000 people to view in like 1 hour and then nothing. It just dies. And they want to align YouTube video views to look more like that. Just saying, fuck you. If you're unaware, creators have access to this app called YouTube Studio, which allows you to break down a lot of numbers on the videos you upload in order to figure out what works and what went wrong. It is a very useful app, by the way. It's actually made my channel much better over time. Views on YouTube are only a tiny part of the story as to why videos do good or bad, but are basically the entire basis of where the data comes from on YouTube Studio. A single view can show you just how much that person watched the video, what they skipped, if they even clicked on the thumbnail, if the thumbnail is good or bad, if you find it through recommendation, search, or even off-platform. Tons of very nice and useful things to know. Now imagine this scenario that I can spell out for you. I had a video do very well and it was my Digital Circus finale review video. All you know is it got a lot of views. What YouTube Studio tells me is it did very good because it was very search relevant when I released it. Not so anymore for, you know, obvious reasons, but it's still the top metric, barely. I released it on the day the movie dropped in theaters and thus many people were looking it up and clicking my video. If YouTube counts the first first frame being played as a view, that's going to artificially boost the recommendation and browser views and tell me that actually most of my viewers came from the recommendations and not search results. Because if you didn't know, search result views are more likely to be people that click on your video as to opposed to people just getting randomly recommended it. And instead of most people in the situation like me getting the impression that the video did well because people were looking it up a lot, I'm being told actually YouTube just recommended it and that's all. So a good chunk of people will probably never figure out why that one video was such an outlier. By the way, before I talk about click-through rate completely, I want to point out that we already have a system for counting all the engagement that a video gets even outside of a view. They're called impressions, and you know what they tell me? They tell me how many people saw the thumbnail of my video. That's usually often a very large number, by the way. So now their genius plan is to go, actually, let's just make impressions views. Wow, you're just muddying the data for no fucking reason, you dicks. Alright, what's the click-through rate? It's the number of people who've seen your video's thumbnail, and then the percentage of people who actually chose to give the video a view. An update that counts even a frame as a view is going to completely fuck up click-through rate data to either be much, much higher or so much lower. I just want to point out all of these stats are connected to how videos are usually recommended. Yeah. That's a great, great, great feature about this. And I can go on and on about how it fucks up the watch time data and makes it seem so much lower and worse and etc, etc. But how would this affect YouTube's recommendation system? As I just said, all these stats, they're connected to it. Well, YouTube's modern system prioritizes watch time. Your video makes more people stay on YouTube longer, more likely to get pushed out to more people of similar interests. Pretty simple, makes sense, and is very useful to both creators and users. Watch time is based on views and how on average those views reached the end of your video or clicked off. This new system only makes it so more views watch your video and then immediately click off when they never even chose to watch it in the first place, you fucking wankhead. It artificially makes your videos look worse than they are and recommends them less to people who would want to watch them as a result. I want to see what my friends' watch time graphs look like after this because I can only fucking imagine how horrid this shit is gonna be. A system that prioritizes maxing view count is how we had the clickbait era of YouTube. People trying to make the most interesting and misleading thumbnails as possible just to get clicks and get recommended. Our current system cares about watch time. Going back to basically the clickbait era is already going to make a difficult to use YouTube worse, especially with the rise of AI. I just want to say this, modern YouTube, I spend more time looking for a video to watch than actually watching shit on this platform. It is genuinely unusable. Tangent aside, AI channels will be punished less as people usually realize a channel was AI and click off fast, and thus this usually ruins their chances of doing good in the algorithm. You clicking off the video with the new system is so much less valuable, and I predict will cause a massive rise in AI content on YouTube because it will become so much more profitable than it already is. Hey, funny thing I'd like to point out, remember when people used to get like taken out of the YouTube partner program and ineligible to earn just for using text-to-speech voices? You know, the whole inauthentic content policy thing? You know, the whole policy that was supposed to target mass-produced, low-effort videos? Yeah, no, we just added a stupid fucking AI badge next to those channels. Yeah, I'm actually really fucking mad that the content I spent hours and days making is on the same fucking platform as these slopheads. Genuinely a massive insult to the people who've slaved away and built your platform. Broadcast yourself? Yeah, why do that anymore when you can just broadcast what you put into ChatGPT 20 times over? Not to mention that YouTube does recommend you content based off of what you watch. And if you consider basically everything that's played a frame on your screen as watching them, then you are fucked. God, you're probably gonna spend 2 hours trying to find a 10-minute video in 2 years. Honestly, whatever wank monkey thought, hey, let's dilute view worth by making pretty much anything count as one, yet that twat won the make the most retarded changes possible competition they seem to be running at YouTube headquarters ever since the removal of dislikes. Speaking of which, there's not even an option to dislike a YouTube short anymore. How fucking great and useful, thanks. At least with the current state of likes and dislikes, a creator can figure out if a video was received well or not. You can't even do that with shorts anymore. Why do we even have the like and dislike buttons anymore? I mean, at this point, they're pretty much just cosmetic that serve zero purpose to anybody outside of creators, and YouTube seems very keen on removing every feature they can. You may as well remove these, you utter crotch lice. Yes, I know I've been peeking my mic like this whole video. I don't care. The TikTokification of YouTube is some some shit that needs to be studied. I use YouTube because I hate low-effort short-form content and hate watching streamers. If I wanted that type of content, I'd use TikTok. Stop trying to be TikTok, you utter fuckwits! The fact I can't even choose to turn off shorts recommendations and instead have this stupid placebo button that says, maybe we'll give you a few less, is such a nice feature, you lizard people. Ugh. This isn't my traditional video format for any of you new people here. Normally, I actually care to edit mine, and I try to be funny, but I don't have the energy to edit a video of my normal quality for this topic. Fuck the corpos, fuck the CEOs, just suck a dick, YouTube. Bye.